as a Democrat?
I should also mention that it was disclosed to the minority today for the first time that the majority has evidently opened an investigation of the FBI and an investigation of the Department of Justice. Under our committee rules, of course, that has to be the product of consultation with the minority, but we learned about that for the first time here today. Now, it has been publicly reported from time to time that there was a subset of the majority working on some kind of a investigation or inquiry into the Department of Justice and FBI, but apparently the chairman made it formal today. According to the majority, the FBI is under investigation, and so is the Department of Justice. This is a wholesale broadside against two of our respected institutions and brings to mind something I brought to the committee's attention a week ago when we first took up the majority memo, and that is we need to be concerned with not just what happens during this presidency, but the lasting damage that may be done to these institutions. And unfortunately, that damage just became all the more greater today.
Congressman, are you comfortable with how the DOJ handled the situation that's under review in those memos? Are you confident in what law enforcement officials did?
Well, I think the Department of Justice has done what they could, but the majority has been unwilling to share with them the nature of the concerns they have, their memoranda, to invite feedback from the department. And I think the department was all too accurate in saying that this is extraordinarily reckless. Why on earth would you not want to give the FBI and the Department of Justice the opportunity to come in and say, you're right, you're wrong, or here's what really happened? But they denied the department and the Bureau that opportunity, and I think that's a grave disservice to the hardworking men and women in both the FBI and the Department of Justice.
If you put the memo to one side, are you confident, Congressman, that there was no abuse of government surveillance systems by the Department of Justice and FBI during the 2016 campaign?
I certainly haven't seen any abuse of the investigative process by the FBI or the Department of Justice. What I have seen instead is a deliberate attempt from the very beginning of this investigation to distract attention from the Russia probe. What we saw today is only the most recent chapter of a series of events that began the day after the first hearing of our investigation. On March 20th, James Comey came before our committee and testified for the first time that the FBI had opened a counterintelligence investigation involving the Trump campaign. The very next day, our chairman went on what has become known as the midnight run to obtain documents that he would the following day go to present to the White House, claiming that they showed evidence of an unmasking conspiracy of the Obama administration. We would very soon learn that, in fact, he'd obtained that information from the White House, and it was a charade. That charade was designed to do the White House's bidding. And I'm afraid today is just a continuation of that same priority of the chairman and that same phenomenon. This is an effort to circle the wagons around the White House and distract from the Russia probe.